morning and happy Friday. The Chattanooga Market is giving you an excuse to eat your fill this Sunday. They're bringing the Fall Food Truck Rally to the Pavilion. Melissa Lale is in the studio with us this morning, and with her she has brought Chef Chastity Lane, who has Chef Chastity Seafood and more. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
We've been kind of giggling behind the cameras. How can you not have fun when you're looking at this? I have to tell you something, Chef Chastity Lane. We're going to hear your story, but when Melissa told me that she was bringing you, and I thought, oh, I bet she's going to do like lobster rolls maybe, or something kind of conventional. Your grandmother's kitchen is in your food truck.
Yes.
Yes.
What is your specialty?
My specialty is seafood, but I do a little bit of everything. So I do seafood, soul food, short orders, gourmet burgers, everything.
Melissa will tell people sometimes, just be careful when you go on with Julie, because we never know quite how she's going to guide the conversation.
Oh, I know. I was just saying, you never know how you're going to wind up knowing the same people.
That's also true. But we were talking a little bit. You can take one look at her food that she's brought, and I'll let her walk you through it. But this is home cooking magnified. And when you were 9 years old in Starkville, Mississippi area, you watched your grandmother, people would come and buy her cakes for $30.
Yes.
What kind of cake? A caramel cake?
A caramel cake for $30.
And you thought, there's something to that.
At 20, how much this cake gonna cost?
So are these a lot of these like her recipes, or just inspired by your grandmother?
No, they're inspired. Most of them are just my own recipes that I come up with, but they're inspired by her, but I just take the old and mix with the new.
You're a cook, Melissa. I mean, I know you love time in the
Sometimes
kitchen.
I'm not as creative as Chastity is, though.
I think that's what's impressive to me, because I'm a recipe follower.
Me too.
But I'm not an artist with how to cook. You probably know how to add this and add that to create.
Yep.
That's
So
a
what
talent. That's
okay, I'm gonna start on my side.
Okay.
Because you got me at Chipotle on this one. What is this?
So that's a loaded potato. It has broccoli, cheese, and it has ribeye steak, but I have a raspberry chipotle drizzle on top of the steak.
Oh my gosh. Now, have you marinated the steak
I
before?
did. So the steak is marinated for 26 hours.
Whoa.
Wow.
In the same thing? So it's just gonna pack a punch.
Yes.
And nice and tender.
Yes.
Okay. What is this feast for 14?
So that's a stuffed turkey leg. I call it the soul leg. It's fresh collard greens, mac and cheese, and it's a yam casserole.
Wow. Wait, where's the turkey leg?
It's under there.
It's just
You see
buried
it?
under there. It's already a little bit shredded, right? Okay.
It's
So are
shredded.
these your collards?
Uh-huh.
Wow. And have you seasoned them?
And she does have a fork in there, so that if
Well,
you
I had noticed that. Are you inviting me?
for you.
Okay. Now, I will tell you, I'm a kale eater. I really like kale. I've never been typically a collards fan. So we're going to find out.
Yeah. Good.
There's a kick to it. Can you tell, or is that a trade secret?
It's a Louisiana Cajun kick. That's
Yeah.
it's a season that I make. I blend together.
Oh, wow.
I'm a hot sauce person.
Yeah.
I love Tabasco sauce. So I put that on things like this. But it's not that kind of a flavor. There's a smokiness to it.
Oh, wow.
That's really, really good. Okay, now what's this one here?
So this is a seafood loaded stuffed turkey leg. It's I have jambalaya under there, and I have crab, crawfish, and a cream sauce that's on top of it.
And this is the serving that you sell at Chattanooga Market?
I noticed how you have multiple forks in here. So I'm sure it's intended to share, right? I'm just telling you, when you go to the market, you can't have anything else in your hand. That's going to be a heavy plate. You better carry it with 2 hands, right?
Yes.
So how many things are on your menu?
I have a really big menu for the market, because I try to do like the kids, the adults, the teens, whatever. So I do burgers, wings. On Sundays, I try to have something incorporated like this for like a Sunday dinner where it's shareable.
Right.
So you can come pay $30 and the family can eat. 2 or 3 people can
What
eat
a
off of
great
it.
idea.
I think I'm going back in time, Melissa, a couple of years ago when y'all did, maybe it was this particular food truck event, and maybe it was even during COVID, I can't remember, but it was just like streets lined.
That's exactly what this is, yeah. And we do it twice a year. We do it in the spring and in the fall, and there's about 3 dozen food trucks, carts, eateries, and it just lines Reggie White Boulevard, both sides of it. And that, I love the idea of sharing things because then you can hit more than one food truck.
I agree.
And we have some people doing breakfast. We've got donuts, we've got breakfast tacos, funnel cakes, and then you can work your way through all of the different varieties, end up with desserts.
Do you ever end up with to-go boxes? Or I guess the way it's given to you, like it's not served this way, right? It's in a styrofoam something.
No, when they buy it, they buying it like this.
They really are.
Are all of your plates this big, or
Not
just these
all.
family style?
Well, the family style is like
Okay.
this, and the regular ones I have them in. It's a black to-go container with
Yeah,
it, but you can walk around with it. It's not
Yeah.
a styrofoam that it's gonna break.
Well,
It's not that
my
kind.
advice to you would be to bring some kind of cute bag to then put your styrofoam containers in, because you will end up, if you shop them all or a lot of
You
them,
could have some leftovers.
you will have dinner for the week.
Or you could just stay all day.
Yes. Bring your teenage son.
And wear your stretchy pants.
Right. I like that idea. This is kind of that weird time of year where like one season's ending and the other one's
It's
starting.
so fun to see. I witnessed it last weekend, and it'll be the same this weekend. You'll see tomatoes alongside peaches, alongside pumpkins. It's just it's a free-for-all. So whatever the farms have literally this week, we don't know, but they'll bring it.
Did you ever get your grandmother's caramel cake recipe?
Oh yes.
Is it a fan favorite at your house?
Yes.
Do you sell it on Sunday?
No.
Okay.
Is it a layer
I
cake
do
or
a
a
lot
pound
of-
cake?
I do the pound cake and the layer, but I do it. It's request a lot for the catering.
Okay.
So you cater? Mm-hmm. Oh, I bet you're huge at Mardi Gras time. Right? I mean, really and
Yeah,
truly. If you let me ask you this, Chastity. If you were stocking your kitchen, you were giving advice to somebody about the 5 spices you ought to have in your kitchen.
Ooh.
They're all fresh herbs like thyme, rosemary, bay leaves.
Makes a big difference.
A big difference.
Big
I don't even use salt.
What?
Really?
You don't
Wow.
use salt?
Now we know it's all healthy.
It's not healthy.
We didn't say that. You did. Wait, you don't use salt?
You don't have to when you use herbs, fresh herbs.
What's an
Wow.
herb substitute for salt? Like if you want to cure, kind of, what would you use?
I'll do like the Himalaya salt.
Oh, okay. So you use that kind of salt.
I don't. I do, but I don't. I do for home, but when I'm cooking, I don't have to.
Wow. Are you a fan of bouillon cubes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you make your own or do you buy store-bought?
Sometimes I make it, sometimes I buy them. It just depends on what I'm doing.
Okay. What was your
Wow.
grandmother's name?
Mary.
Mary. Well, we paid tribute to her this morning because she sure did teach you well. She taught you so well, I'm going to have a second helping of collard greens. It is really good. So it's Chef Chastity Seafood and More at the Chattanooga Market, 11 to 4. How many food trucks?
About 3 dozen.
Okay. That's a lot of eating.
It's a lot of food. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's yummy, yummy.
fun Labor Day
Thank you for
weekend.
being here.
My pleasure.
I love you too, Melissa. I do think you're a good cook.
Oh,
you make a good
you're
tomato
sweet.
pie.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's your information for the food truck. And when we come back, Ed Jones with Nutrition World is up next with some ways to get you feeling better in case you're dealing with some chronic pain. We're back in a minute.
Local 3 School Patrol, keeping you informed of changes happening in your child's school right now or in the future. The things that affect their education, their safety, your peace of mind. Local 3 School Patrol.